Hello, I'm glad to be back with you on today's video. We are going to learn about the past tense, which is passé composé in French. So in French, how do we use passé composé? Let's together go right into it. The first usage of this past tense, which is passé composé in French, is that to describe a repetition in the past, but not follow past habit. We have an example.
Hier, je suis allée 8 fois au cinéma. Hier, je suis allée 8 fois au cinéma.
We have the usage number 2, that is to describe things happened in the past and at a specific time. We have examples. Hier, je suis allée au cinéma. Hier, je suis allée au cinéma. Yesterday, I went to the cinema. Or, la semaine dernière, Michel a rangé son bureau. La semaine dernière, Michel a rangé son bureau. Last week, Michel tidied up his desk. Or, il a décidé de ranger son bureau chaque semaine. Il a décidé de ranger son bureau chaque semaine. He decided to tidy up his desk every week. And this happened in the past and not happening now. The third usage of the simple past means passé composé in French is to use to describe a series of actions happened in the past. We have example. Je suis allée au cinéma, j'ai rencontré Michel, on est retourné dans un café. Je suis allée au cinéma, j'ai rencontré Michel, on est retourné dans un café. I went to the cinema, I met Michel, we returned in a coffee shop. We have the usage number 4, that is to express an action happened suddenly in the past. So we have an example. Quand nous dînions sur la terrasse, l'orage a éclaté. Quand nous dînions sur la terrasse, l'orage a éclaté. When we were eating on the terrace, the storm suddenly came. So the action that the storm suddenly came is like the sudden action and which should be put in the passé composé. Now let's together learn the formation of this passé composé tense. In order to form this tense, we need to have auxiliary verb être or avoir, which is in the present tense, plus participe passé of the main verb. We have the following examples. Elle a acheté une très grande télé l'année dernière. Elle a acheté une très grande télé l'année dernière. She bought a very big television last year. So we have, in this case, auxiliary verb avoir, which is a, and the participe passé of the main verb acheter. So we have, elle a acheté une très grande télé l'année dernière. Example number 2. Nous avons surmonté de nombreux défis ensemble. Nous avons surmonté de nombreux défis ensemble. We overcame challenges together. And in this example, we have the auxiliary verb avoir, which agrees with our sujet, which is subject here, nous. So we have nous avons, and the participe passé of the main verb surmonter. So we have the whole sentence. Nous avons surmonté de nombreux défis ensemble. And the following, we should pay attention to verbs which should use the auxiliary être in this passé composé. We have the verbs of naître, which means bear, mourir means die, venir, come, aller, go, arriver, a drive, monter, climb, entrer, enter, rester, rest, sortir, go out, descendre, descendre, tomber, fall, partir, depart, retourner, return, passer par, pass, and their combined form, for example, revenir of venir or repartir of partir, and especially reflexive verbs, which is verbes pronominaux in French. I prepared a descriptive illustration to help you easily to remember. Let's together have a look at this illustration. If we start from the airplane on the left side, we have the verb passer. So, example, we pass somewhere and then we come somewhere. That is venir. Or after that, we arrive a place. We need to arrive. That is arriver. In this case, for example, mountain, we climb up the mountain, monter. And up at the top of a mountain, we have a hotel we already reserved, and then we enter into the hotel, that is entrer. And we stay and rest in the hotel room, we have rester. Sometime later, we go out, sortir. And we go down the mountain, descendre. Unfortunately, we fell on the wave, go down on the mountain, we have tomber. And we go out, we depart to go somewhere else, partir. And we go to somewhere else, we have aller. And for example, we returned, we have retourner. We also have other three verbs in the middle of the mountain. Naître is born, mourir, died, and devenir, after died, we becomes something. And you can also see that we also have examples for each of these verbs. For example, passer, we have il est passé. Venir, we have il est venu des Alpes. Arriver, we have elle est arrivée. Monter, we have elle est montée. Entrer, we have elle est entrée. Rester, we have ils sont restés. Sortir, we have elle est sortie. Descendre, we have elle est descendue. Tomber, we have elle est tombée. Partir, we have elle est partie. Aller, we have elles sont allées en France. Et retourner, we have il est retourné. For the verb naître, we have an example. Elle est née en 1905. Mourir, we have ils sont morts en 1944. And devenir, we have example. Elle est devenue esprit. Elle est devenue esprit. So I really hope that this illustration can help you easily remember the verbs. We have to use auxiliary of être instead of avoir in passé composé tense. We also have some notes in this part. The note number 1. Main verb goes with être, have to agree in gender and number with its subject. And for this note, we have some examples like this. Il est allé dans son bureau. Il est allé dans son bureau. So we have the participe passé of the main verb aller in this case goes agreeable with the subject in this case. We have another example. Elle est allée dans son bureau. Elle est allée dans son bureau. The participe passé of the verb aller, you can see that it agrees with the subject. Elle in this case is a feminine and singular subject. That's why in this case you can see that E is added at the end of the original participe passé of the verb aller. So we have elle est allée dans son bureau. Another example you can see. Ils sont allés dans leur bureau. Ils sont allés dans leur bureau. The participe passé of the verb aller agrees with its subject, in this case is il with s, which is a masculine and plural subject. So aller is added as in the end of its original participe passé. We have another example. Elles sont allées dans leur bureau. Elles sont allées dans leur bureau. Subject in this case is elles with s, means that the feminine and plural subject. So the participe passé of the verb aller has to be added es at the end of its original participe passé. So we have elles sont allées dans leur bureau. The note number 2, we have when going with avoir, participe passé has to agree in gender and number of the COD only in case the COD stands in front of the verb. We should notice the point here is COD, not the subject. The participe passé has to agree in gender and number of the COD. We have these examples. Il a rangé son bureau. Il a rangé son bureau. COD in this sentence is son bureau, which is the masculine and singular COD. So if we put it in front of the verb, we have il l'a rangé. Il l'a rangé. So the participe passé of the main verb ranger has to agree with it. We have the second example, which is clearer. Il a rangé sa chambre. Il a rangé sa chambre. So COD in this case is sa chambre, which is a feminine and singular COD. If we put it before the verb, we have il a rangé, il a rangé. And as you can see that ranger is added e at the end of the original participe passé of the verb ranger. And in this case, we have il a rangé. Another example we have il a rangé ses dossiers. Il a rangé ses dossiers. He tidied up his files. And in this case, ses dossiers is the plural and masculine COD. And if we put it in front of the verb, we will have the sentence. Il les a rangés. Il les a rangés. So the participe passé of the main verb ranger has to add s at the end of the original participe passé to make it in agreement with the COD, in this case is les. Another example. Il a rangé ses cartes de visite. Il a rangé ses cartes de visite. COD in this sentence is ses cartes de visite. This is a feminine and plural COD. If we put it in front of the verb, we have il les a rangés. So the original participe passé of the verb ranger has to be added es at the end to make it in agreement with the COD in this case. So we have the whole sentence. Il les a rangés. Il les a rangés. We have the third note, that is reflexive verbs have to agree with the subject in gender number. Reflexive verbs have to agree with the subject in gender and number. So we have example. Nous nous sommes levés très tôt. Nous nous sommes levés très tôt. We woke up very early. The verb in this case we use se lever is a reflexive verb, which is verbe pronominal in French. So it should agree with the subject nous in this case. You can see that lever is go in with s at the end. We have the note number 4. That is reflexive verbs with COD following. There's no agreement with the subject in gender and number. And particularly the verb subpair, there's no agreement with the subject in gender and number either. We have examples. 1. Elle s'est lavé les mains. Elle s'est lavé les mains. So we have COD, les mains, following the reflexive verb se laver. So the participe passé of laver is not agreeing with the subject elle in this case, which is a feminine and singular subject. Example number 2, we have elle s'est fait mal. Elle s'est fait mal. So se faire is the reflexive verb in this case, and there's no agreement with the subject in gender and number. So you can see that faire is the original participe passé, which is not agreeing with the subject elle in this case. We have the note number 5. Participe passé never agrees with gender and number of a subject if it goes with COI. Again, participe passé never agrees with gender and number of a subject if it goes with COI. We have example. Marie et Laurent se sont téléphonés. Marie et Laurent se sont téléphonés. So we have se in this case is considered as COI. And the participe passé téléphoné is not agreeing with the subject Marie and Laurent. We have the notes number 6. That is, participe passé doesn't agree with gender and number of subject if it is one of the following verbs. Se téléphoner means phone each other. Se parler means talk with each other. Se mentir, lie each other. Se plaire, please each other. Se sourire, se rire means laugh with each other. Se nuire, harm each other. Se succéder, follow one another. Se suffire, to be self-sufficient. Se ressemble, to be very much alike. S'en vouloir, to be cross with someone for something. Se rendre compte, to realize. Alright, in this lesson we went through these parts. Introduction about the usage of the Passé Composé tense. Formation of this tense. The verbs go with être, not avoir. We also went through 6 important notices. So I really hope you find the video helpful, and do not forget to give a like, share and subscribe for the channel. Also do remember to press the bell button to get immediate notification once there's a new video for me. Thank you for watching. Bon apprentissage!